let my enemies rejoice over me. Adonai, my God, I cried out to you, and you provided healing for me. You lifted me up out of Sheol. You lifted me out of the dark place of hell. You kept me alive when I was sinking into a pit. Sing praise to Adonai, you faithful of his, and give thanks on recalling his holiness, his goodness, his faithfulness. The writer of this hymn is able to recite these words because there have been times when he experienced hopeless moments of life. And when it seemed like he was in the darkest pit of hell, God came and delivered him. There were bleak moments in his life when all he could see was the darkness of despair. All he could feel was the pain of defeat. The burden of life was so agonizing that mentally, emotionally, relationally, physically, he was sinking into a pit. And the only one who could render aid was not his family, was not his best friend. The only one that could help him, only one who could save him was God. But he was also experienced, or he also experienced the moments of being in that place where everything was going just the way he wanted it to, until it wasn't. And the writer goes on to say, once I was prosperous. There was a time that I was prosperous, and I used to say that nothing could ever shake me. When you showed me favor, Adonai, I was firm as a mighty mountain. But then, God, you turned around and you hid your face from me, and I was struck with terror. He says, once I was prosperous and used to say that nothing, had everything I wanted, nothing could shake me. To bring it into 2023, the writer would say there was a time I was dancing and full of joy because life was beautiful. There was a time that I was dancing because there was a life full of joy. Everything was going like I wanted it to go. People ask me how I was doing, and I would quickly respond, y'all know how we do. I'm blessed of the Lord and highly favored. My favorite song was every time I turn around, he keeps on blessing me. Y'all know the story. It was easy for me to say, the joy of the Lord is my strength. The King James Version reads the verse like this, and in my prosperity, I said, I shall never be moved. Lord, by thy favor, thou hast made my mountain to stand strong. But sometimes bad things happen to good people. Sometimes the blessed of the Lord and highly favored experience the unexpected moment of immediate darkness. But when you hid your face, the writer says, I was struck with terror. In this hymn, the psalmist is sharing with us the reality of life. There are moments of blessings and moments of calamity. There are moments of health and moments of sickness. There are moments of victory and there are moments of defeat. Yes, for the believer. But then there are also moments of restoration and recovery. There are also moments when we can say that God's favor was not in the things that I had, but in the knowledge of his presence being right there with me. Here is the verse.